Hello everyone, this is World of Tanks by Games R Us, and in this video I would like to discuss T-34 shielded premium tank and give you some insight, is it worth having it or not. And as the 5th tier tanks go, this seems to be quite good all-round tank. The only thing that you have to remember, and you will know this at the very beginning, is like with most Russian tanks, you have to aim, and you have to aim properly, otherwise you will miss most of them. So this is something that you have to remember about. Like most Russian tanks, you do need to aim. And just so you know, this tank, this crew, is already have between 4 to 5 skills already, and yet still I need to aim properly, otherwise I will not hit any targets. That's what you have to remember. If you don't aim, you'll miss a lot of them. Now, as you can see at the minute, I'm just literally standing in the middle because I've got a camo on my crew. I'm standing in the middle of the open space. Nobody hasn't even spotted me yet, so I'm taking this opportunity to hit as many targets as possible. It's a very fast shooting tank. It's not as fast as the original T-34, but at the same time you do more damage. So as you can see, I've already made 700 damage, and apparently, according to specifications of the tank, you're capable of doing nearly 2000 a minute. But to achieve this, you have to be very lucky or really, really good at it. Again, like I said, you do have to aim. So each time you aim, you spend a bit of time on it. But at the same time, it's a quite fast tank for 50 medium. And my first impression of this tank is really good. Obviously in this battle the enemy doesn't really making our lives difficult at all. But now, as you can see, there is a light tank near me, and because I haven't even aimed, and that's 50 meters away, and I still missed the target somehow. So I do advise you, make sure you aim each time. But as you can see, it comes really easy to do damage. I mean, I know it's only 5th and 6th tier battle. Nonetheless, as you can see now, without particularly aiming, I've managed to hit him this time because he was close to me. But as the medium times go, something that that is worth 1,500 credits. Sorry, 1,500 bonds. It's not a lot of bonds. And the idea was for me to get this for free, so I don't spend a penny. So 1,500 bonds didn't seem that much for something that is this good and earns you quite a few credits extra at the same time. Now, as you can see now, I know there is a T-67 at the back there, someone in front of me trying to spot me. So I'm going to change the position now. I'm going to try to help them from the other side, maybe try to spot that T-67 from the middle, but I want to get there without being spotted. There's 3 artilleries in the game, and if I get spotted in the wrong spot, it probably will be the end of me. That's why I don't know why I understand that our light tank is trying to get the enemy artillery at the minute, but to be honest with you, he should have come back and help us spot T-67 first, but never mind. When we're talking about particularly tanks about bonds, well, most people, like, I'm sure they don't want to spend money or credits or the actual gold on the premium tanks. So you got the option these days to get it for bonds. Whoops, I haven't seen that rock. Must have been looking forward. And as you can see, so far, not too bad. My first battle that I had on this tank was even better. But unfortunately, straight after I've done the battle, the update came for World of Tanks, and my replay won't open now. So I decided to take the second best thing. I think this is my second or third battle, and I think that this battle is proving a point how good this tank can be. So right this moment, the only bad thing about this tank, if you ask me, is the view range. It doesn't have a brilliant view range. So the trouble with the view range is that you can only get I've got all my skills on the my commander, and at the same time I've got coated optics on, and I still don't have a full view range. So unfortunately, when it comes to view range, you're not going to be brilliant at spotting. But at least he's got a lot more other things going on for this tank. So I'm going to try to help them on this side for a moment, if I can. I'm not going to go much forward, I'm not going to risk too much. But at the same time, we already have a light tank on their asses behind them, so it shouldn't be long before they manage to get that KV2 and Chaffee off our backs. As you can see at this moment, T-67 is trying to get to our artillery, so I'm just going to quickly go and help them. I'm going to quickly go and help Lev, if I can get there in time. It doesn't look like I will. There we go. I'm going to make sure I'm going to aim properly so I don't miss him. He haven't even spotted me yet. As like I said, he spotted me on the second shot, so it's not bad for camouflage, this tank. So right now I'm making sure I'm behind the rock so artillery cannot get to me while I'm dealing with the T-67. There it is. Now all we have to do is get to artillery. So far 3 tanks had the pleasure of seeing my tag put in front of them. I usually use a tag that says to them how many tanks I've killed since the beginning. So my first impression of this tank is definitely worth 1,500 bonds. I don't know if I would spend money on it personally, because I do have quite a few premium tanks. But at the same time, because it's a 5th year, tank for a 5th year, they probably don't get much better than this. So let's see if we can get to artillery now. As you can see, the penetration on this tank is quite good. It's up to 120. So I don't even usually use gold. As you can see, I don't even have a gold loaded. It's probably by mistake, because I usually carry some sort of gold ammo. But I do always have a little bit of heat ammo, simply because sometimes you need a decap and you don't always penetrate, especially if it's like heavy 7th year tank in your base or something. At least with the heat ammo you have a chance to do some sort of critical damage and decap at the same time. It's handy to have sometimes. But now we have left the last artillery that left there. I put on auto aim because there's no point me trying to aim it. It's close, it's slow and easy. So there it is, a 1 battle, nice damage. And if you ask me, if this tank worth 1,500 bonds, yes it is. I recommend buy it if you want it. So thank you for watching and see you in my next videos.